Welcome back, everybody, to another Dragon Quest of the Stars video. My name is Alex Scott, and today we're going to be talking about my daily routine in the game. I did a video on this, but the music volume was way too loud, and it just wasn't really working. So I decided to reshoot it and kind of update it a little bit. So I guess it's a great thing. So looking at the daily routine, you're going to be logging in every day, multiple times a day if you're going to be really taking advantage of the stamina recharge and also just things like the sparkles, etc. So the first thing you're going to do every day, make sure you're logging in and grabbing all your login rewards. So the day hasn't reset yet, so I can't show that to you, but obviously if you're just logging in once per reset time, you're going to get your login rewards, and then you can check your mail for them. You can then make sure you go and add all your friends that want to be friends with you. Now, some people are a little selective about who they add as friends. I'm just kind of adding everybody, and we'll just see how that goes. There's a 200 max. But the next thing I like to do is go over to my village, and I want to do some crafting and some searching, etc. So when you go over to your craft counter, any of these top 3 counters, you're going to actually have this option in the top right that says retrieve all regional specialties on the Atlas, and that's when you're going to send out all these squirrels, or whatever they're called, the squirrels, and they're going to come back with all this stuff for you. So all that stuff that you get from all over the map, they're going to find it for you, and so you don't have to go around clicking all these different things. So at that point, I always try to make some items. So right now I'm making a lot of superior medicines, and these are just like a really good potion type effect to use in multiplayer and other maps. And then I always go up to the kitchen and I try to just throw on some stuff if I have extra ingredients, which you always have a ton of ingredients, and you can just kind of throw on some stuff just so you have it. And then you can always be using food whenever you're doing things. And there's going to be, when you get more recipes, you'll find stuff that's really useful. For example, if we had a boss that used ice breath or crack damage, then you would want to be making a lot of shaved ice so that you can easily deal with those types of bosses. So at this point, if I've kind of taken care of my village, I might do a couple other things. This isn't something you're going to do every day, but you can, not upgrade skills. You can actually evolve equipment, and if you go over to this little icon over here, you can upgrade your upgrade materials. So I've already done that recently. What you do is you just go down to click on whichever one you want, you hit max, and it's going to just take care of all of it for you. And then that way you're actually getting the highest level type of upgrade. So I'm going to upgrade it one more time here. And what you can see is I had 17 armor upgraders. I turned that into 14 super armor upgraders, and I turned some of those into ultra armor upgraders. And that actually increases the amount of experience that I can give out with the resources. So if you put the experience that 4 armor upgraders give, it's actually less than 1 super armor, and 4 super armors are less than 1 ultra armor. So by turning your stuff into the ultra version, you can do a lot of really fast upgrading that way. And then when you need to kind of get those, you don't want to overspend, that's when you start using all of your equipment, or maybe some of these other types of upgraders as well. So at this point, I'm going to do a couple other things before I get into my dungeons. I'm going to zoom out here on the map, and we're just going to start looking for the sparkles. And this is nice because you get right here strange yarns, and those strange yarns are very useful because they let you craft all of the different cosmetic items that you can make in your workshop. So I usually try to go around once vertically, and then I'll go around horizontally, and sometimes I'll do a little diagonal, and then that's gonna just hopefully find me all of the different things right off the bat. And then at this point, you're going to start playing the game. So the thing that you have to do right off the bat is your daily quest. You don't want to forget this. This is your quest that when you do it, it's going to give you a daily quest ticket, which you can then spend in your village. It also gives you some nice stuff like a skill orbs or upgraders, but the important part is that you're getting that ticket because you only get it once a day. You go into your village and you can actually spend it over here at the buyback dude, and this is where you buy all of that battle god stuff that you see people buying. It's all really good because it comes with some really good pieces of or these really good skills. For example, instant CT booster. That's something that you see people get at the beginning of their round, and that allows them to use their skills faster. So getting these are really important. There's a sword and then the full equipment set, as well as a whistle that helps you kind of summon a big guy. That's you've probably seen the modeled king whistle. That's what I'm talking about. It's not here right in front of me. So once you've done your daily quest, you might also want to just double check there's nothing else that's happening that's a daily thing. For example, we had the Metal Slime daily event that was a 1 dungeon thing that you could do once per day, and you want to hit those things as soon as you can. At this point, what I'm personally doing every single day is hitting all of my play for 0 stamina once a day. So for example, with Defeat Baramos, there's a bunch of different stages here, and you can do 1 from every stage for 0 stamina per day. So what I do is, the first day I did the first level of every single stage. The second day I've done the second level of every stage for free. And then the third day again, so on and so forth. And the exception is I've just been kind of going around trying to do these other stages for the hero. But the advantage of this is that you're getting the whole thing completed, but you're not spending any stamina on that, and that way you can save your stamina for some really important stuff, which I'll get to in just a second. Now, these 0 stamina that affects all the events, so for the monster mobs, for the upgrade hallway, for everything, and not just in your single player, but when you go to multiplayer, that's also going to make all of your multiplayer first time for each stage will also be 0 stamina. So that's actually a lot to do every day. That's a lot of different dungeons, and it's going to take a lot of time to do. So what I tend to do is use up some of my stamina on something like the upgrade hallway or an All Trades Academy. Then I'll go do my 0 stamina quests, and then I'll hit up some other stuff if I have stamina again, and then I'll log on and I'll keep using my stamina however I want. So that's kind of like a procedure that I might do if I have enough time to do all of those 0 stamina quests each day. Now at this point, you also want to be completing the main story quest. That's very important, especially as the final boss is a very good source of experience right now. But you also need to be doing some side quests, and the reason being, if you go to your quest journal here and you go over to the far right, this orange tab, these are your side quests. I'm still working through mine myself. When you click on them, there's some pretty basic dungeons that are going to have really basic rewards. For example, this is giving out stuff like antidotes and gold. It doesn't seem very good, but if you actually go look at some of the dungeons that open up in the extra side quests, they drop 100% upgraders and skills the entire way. Every single stage drops a bunch of upgraders, skills, all sorts of things, and those are incredibly valuable. So you definitely want to be plugging away at these when you have time. So that's why I left them starred on my little description box there, because you can choose to do those if that's a priority to you. But for me, I'm kind of plugging away a little bit at the side quests once I've completed all of my 0 stamina quests. Now, if you're totally done your side quests and you're totally done your main quests, you've done all your 0 stamina quests, so at this point you're just looking for something to do, then at that point you're going to be leveling up your different vocations, and there's several ways to do this. Right now, the upgrade hallway is currently giving a ton of experience. I just did the this level 3 40 stamina one, and I was able to get 10,000 experience for all of my vocations, which is pretty unbelievable. If you do an All Trades Manor, for example, that's going to get you about 11 to 1200 experience. This is with no boosters, so This is so much easier to do than an All Trades Academy though, so you want to be spending your stamina on these ability upgrade hallways. And not only that, they give you a ton of clear rewards that are really good. Like you'll get more than what shows here because the bosses also drop super ability orbs and super upgraders as well. So this is something that you need to be capitalizing on right away. But if you've completed this, you're also going to head over to your daily tab and hit All Trades Temple. And at All Trades Temple, again, there's complete for 0 stamina per day. There's a bunch of stages, and these are where you're going to do a lot of your leveling. At the very top of every single sanctum, it's going to tell you what classes will get 5 times experience, and that's where you can really level up your classes. So for example, I did the Sage one yesterday, and my Sage got 11,800 experience, but my other classes, I left them off these other. I didn't bring a mage or a priest. I wanted to see how much experience they got. It's they got 2,300, so a lot less than you would get if you were the preferred class. So at this point, you're pretty much waiting for your stamina to refill. And that's fine. You can do stuff like crafting. You can always be checking in on that. But just make sure that you're coming in every day and doing the bare minimum for the game. And that's going to be your login rewards, your daily quest, and getting your free roll on, like, if there's a free roll on a banner, like for example right now, every single day you get a metal slime roll, then you got to be doing those types of things for sure. Okay, that's going to be it. Did I leave anything off this list? You tell me in the comments, because I want to learn more. If you have some really good strategies on how you kind of complete all the tasks that there are to do in this game, then by all means, please share so everybody can learn from your experience. I have heard people say, well, I don't have anything to do because the stamina count is so low in this game. There's actually it's gonna take you a lot, like several hours to get through the amount of stuff that you can do in this game, but you have to be timing it properly and setting it aside for when you do actually have time. One final tip I'll mention: if your Explorer bar is about to level up, you're going to get a full stamina increase, so make sure you time that. If you have 40 stamina and you can boost up your level, then go take a run at an All Trades or at something like an upgrade hallway, then do your quest afterwards to level up your adventurer level, get your full stamina back, and then you can go and do some more stuff. Okay, that's really it. We'll see you guys next time, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. You can like and subscribe to support us further, and you can read the Mysidia Post articles at themysidiapost.com. You can also check out our Patreon if you want to support us more. And if you need FFTCG singles, then look no further than Cards That You Release. They've got great deals and prices. Check them out. Finally, I'd like to thank FF Decks for creating the best website for creating your Final Fantasy trading card game decks. They've also got a Patreon, so make sure you go check them out. They work so hard for the community, so let's pay them back. See you next time.